I'm Tim Malloy of Civic Association, Palm Beach TV. It is Thursday, June the 25th. There is a new rule in town. It is not a law, it is a rule, but it's a rule we think you should heed for sure. It was a mandate by the county, and it has always been the mandate by the town of Palm Beach that you wear a mask when you're around other people. Take it with you everywhere. This is an emergency order because a spiraling number of cases now in the county that have surged over the last few days. We still have a big problem here. It was play by the rules outside of Palm Beach Starbucks, masks on, social distancing being observed, and that is just fine with longtime resident Bo Breckenridge.
If I'm not out in the public riding a bike or walking around, I just put it on if I'm around other people especially.
Do you think this is enforceable, or is it too rough, too hard to do?
You know, I don't know. I haven't thought that through. But I'd say we should all do what's best for the common good.
One store after another, leaving it up to the customer to do the right thing. At Classic Bookshop, the rules are written in stone.
We put the sign up and we expect them to follow it when they come in the store.
Yeah.
We're protecting them. We want them to protect us too.
So what really are the rules, or what is the law? I'm in my car, I have my mask on. If I take it off, a police officer comes by or someone in authority and says, hey, you're breaking the law. Am I really breaking the law? I mean, it's a personal choice issue. It's a social responsibility issue. It's a constitutional issue, and it's complicated. Complicated and uncomfortable and confining, but absolutely necessary, say the mayor and the head of the town council.
In our haste and joy and relief to be outside again, and certainly a little more lackadaisical on the mask, we've seen a tremendous surge in the number of cases. We need to get that back under control.
But to wear a mask, so simple. Just wear it.
The Palm Beach Town Council has established a new committee to tackle an age-old problem, that is parking on the island. Here's Wendy Rutledge with more on that.
Due to the growing densing downtown West Palm Beach, there's a lot more residential development happening, and where do people want to be when they move to Florida? They want to be near the water. They want to be on the beach, and who doesn't want to come to Palm Beach to enjoy our restaurants and our shops and so on?
Just one of the reasons cited at the first meeting of the new Business and Administrative Committee, spearheaded by council members Danny Moore and Lou Crampton, for the ongoing and growing worse by the minute parking problem on the island. With the town's mixed bag of metered parking, placard, and in some cases even some free parking spots, the town has been trying to address the apparent parking shortage for years. Some good news: town staff reports revenue from citations is down. That's because of better driver compliance. But in commercial areas like Worth Avenue, where essential store employees often park on the street, which leads to fewer available spots for the shoppers, well, it's dilemmas like this that the new Business and Administrative Committee intend to address.
Resident and commercial interest is key to making this process successful or less painful.
There are no bad ideas at this point in the process. Let's hope that we can get everything on the table, including a public-private partnership or something else that we haven't thought of, or some great idea that a staff person has. At least initially, let's get those on the table for Donna and I to consider, Jay, without prejudice to the idea, so that we can start out with a full basket of proposals.
Residents will have a chance to add their ideas to the basket at a series of open meetings to be scheduled for the fall. An action plan on how to fix the town's parking challenges will go to the full council early next year. For the Palm Beach Civic Association, I'm Wendy Rutledge reporting.
You've no doubt noticed the very intense hot weather we've had for this early in June. Heat index is well above 100, in the 90s during the night, so that's quite rare. What you may not have noticed is the tropical storm season has started rolling early as well. Tropical Storm Dolly was the fourth named storm of the hurricane season. No threat to us, never was, but it was the third named storm in June. That just doesn't happen, it's rare. So if you want to know more about hurricane season, we prepared a good program. It's on palmbeachcivic.org. And it's a half-hour special that we did, which we hope will be helpful to you. There's no doubt at all, and we've seen it recently, good policing involves making good decisions in life or death situations. The Palm Beach Police Force is very aware of that. They have a new program which is fascinating, which will train officers to handle very, very tense situations. Here's Wendy Rutledge with more on that.
Tim, this looks like some kind of fancy sound stage, but in fact, it is state-of-the-art, a brand new police training system right here in Palm Beach, and it couldn't be more timely. Whether it's a terrifying school shooting scenario or talking down the threat of a mentally challenged teenager with a knife, the Virtra 300 virtual police and fire training system is all about de-escalation.
Autistic children, mental illness. We can now train on this system how they can identify a situation, how they can train for the situation, and how hopefully it can be peacefully resolved.
After 3 years of research on this virtual system, and with an eye on providing the island's first responders with the best available training, the Palm Beach Police and Fire Foundation funded its purchase in full. All police officers on the Palm Beach force and many of the firefighters will eventually have access to this virtual training. Given the use of deadly force in several recent high-profile police shootings, the urgent call for de-escalation training has never been more critical.
The biggest opportunity for us is to take a system like this, which is truly state-of-the-art, and be able to go into real, live situations so that our officers, when they can get to a scene, can understand what it is that's happening and how they should be reacting to it.
For the Palm Beach Civic Association, I'm Wendy Rutledge reporting.
As we've said many, many times, hurricane season is here, but so is the weekend. So what we'll do now is go to our lifeguard in residence to talk about what the beach forecast is, surf forecast, and the weather forecast. It's obviously a beautiful weekend, but very, very hot.
Yeah, very hot. One of the main hazards this time of year is definitely heat. The sand actually got its temperature taken 2 weeks ago, and it was up to 140 degrees. So if you're going to be bringing your service animals down on the beach or yourself, make sure that you're carrying your animals or wearing sandals or shoes, because I mean that could really put a damper on your day there.
140, and today the heat index just in the air is 103.
103, so. Yeah. So I mean, it is, it's beautiful outside, and everybody's going to be coming down to the beach. But, we'd like everyone to hydrate, wear sunscreen, proper, sun coverings, sunglasses, everything like that, just to, keep everyone safe and cool down and stuff.
Now the sargassum, I'm a little allergic to it. Some people are very allergic to it. That's not stuff you really want to swim in, is it?
No. So you want to avoid it as much as possible. It's very abrasive. It's also, it's known as like the filter of the ocean. So it'll pick up microplastics, but it'll also pick up man-o-war and jellyfish particles and things, irritants that are floating out in the ocean, and bring it into the inside. So if you feel it brush up against you, you'll think that, it's a jellyfish or a man-o-war, but it just has those particles. And like I said, like the sargassum itself is abrasive.
And it's also an allergen. There's gases and things that can really make it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very gaseous. So it'll sit, that's the smell that you get. The smell that you get when you come up on the beach, and there's tons of it on the beach, is that gas that's being exposed from it sitting in the heat.
So to wrap it up, the Sahara dust has held down any tropical activity. So we've got a beautiful day at the moment, at least probably a week of it at least. Right?
Yeah, at least a week of it. You can kind of, I can kind of feel it in the air a little bit.
Yeah, it's dry.
Yeah, a little dry, a little bit of like a stuffiness going on.
Yeah.
So.
All right, keep them safe. We'll talk to you next week. I'm Tim Malloy with the Palm Beach Civic Association, where membership matters. If you are a member, we hope you'll stay with us, rejoin us. If you're not a member, we'd love it if you joined us. I'll leave you, as always, with more shots of the ocean shot by Sue Patterson. Have a safe time and do it. Wear a mask. See you soon.